What's up, Biker Bros? This is Nathan from the Gen Z Biker Blog, and today I'm here with the one and only Brandon Bicasso. Make sure to check him out in the link below right here, at Brandon Bicasso on Instagram and YouTube. So today's going to be a little bit different of a video than you guys are maybe used to of me being on a bike or going to motorcycle type events. Today I'm interviewing Brandon, and I'm going to get his thoughts and kind of his processes on how he started motovlogging, and maybe get some tips from him for you guys on how to become a motovlogger and what kinds of things are cool about it and what might keep you interested in continuing to be a motovlogger. So how you doing, Brandon?
Tired.
Tired? We had a long day. We rode all day, and then we went to Blockhead's FLMM Moto meetup here in Orlando at Ace Cafe. We just got back, but before Brandon headed home to Alabama and I go back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I figured this would be a great opportunity to do an interview like this. So Brandon, why don't you tell us a little bit about what got you into becoming a motovlogger? Like, why did you become a motovlogger? And maybe tell me some of the steps that you took to get into it.
Oh man, I just wanted free stuff. That's why I started. But no, I started a few years back. I can't remember exactly when. It's probably a little over 5 years ago now. But I uploaded my first video, and really it was just a video of riding. I just strapped the camera to the bike, and it wasn't any talking or anything. And I was just really recording that ride so we can watch it back later. The people that was on the ride with, we could go back and watch it later. Then as I started watching YouTube more, I saw people actually had a helmet, like a camera strapped to their heads. I was like, well, what the hell is this? And that's when I found out about the motovlog. And I think the first vlogger I actually watched was, one of the more mainstream ones was Baker X Derrick. I can't remember the other few that I was watching, but I've watched several that were creating and they stopped for whatever reason. But yeah, Baker X Derrick is definitely one of the longer running ones. But yeah.
Okay. And so now you have what, like 9.5 thousand subscribers or something like that?
Like that, yeah, almost 10. 10 is the goal for the years out.
Okay, so in about how long did you say you started ago?
It was definitely over 5 years ago. Like it was on and off, and I really didn't get serious with it until like maybe 3 years ago. But I definitely been at it for a while. But again, okay. I wasn't consistent with it, you know.
So it's been a long road to 10,000 followers or subscribers for Brandon. He's also pretty active on Instagram. In that road, like how long into those 4 or 5 years did it take until you really started to get into the swing of things with motovlogging and you started to notice you had a following?
I would probably say, I think the video that, well, I uploaded quite a bit. I had different, over the years with different bikes, but I remember when I got my first 100, you know, at the time you could still monetize, but now you have to have at least 1,000 subs before you monetize, but at the time you still could. So I was still making like 2 cents on the video or something like that, but when I made my Harley Fat Bob demo ride video, I think I remember I told you about it, that was when I realized that I could actually probably do this, you know, a lot more, because I think that video hit like 23,000 views or something really fast. I was like, wow, I've never had a video that did this before. And then that's when I started doing more test rides and trying to get my hands on more bikes and do Ducati demos. And then that's when I started going to every single demo day that was available. And I started riding different bikes and going to different release parties and events like SCCM and FLMM now. So definitely when I did that Fat Bob video, and then following weekend I test rode the Indian Sky Bobber, and then from then on I ended up buying a new bike, which was the Sky Bobber, and then my following just kind of blew up when I bought the Bobber, and then the rest is history.
So it sounds like, just kind of recapping what Brandon said, is that the consistency of him posting those test ride reviews, going to these demo days, showing people what it's like to actually own the bike and walk out to it. I know you said that to me. To go out your front door and see that bike in your driveway, as opposed to always just doing a test ride video, kind of like that robotic test ride video, but also keeping it fresh with new bikes at demo days, showing those test ride videos. Yeah, so You had told me previously that you kind of looked at those test ride videos as more robotic, and you wanted to show more of how it's like to actually own the bike. So how did you change that process?
So I look at YouTubers and influencers and Instagrammers a little bit differently than I do like a regular journalist or somebody that or like corporate or anybody for like different companies, because they can sit here and post the bike and journalists will review the bike and everything, but to me it's still different from someone that's actually showing you what the bike is like sitting in a driveway, waking up to it and walking outside and hopping on it at a gas station or a bar and riding home with it, or then waking up and going outside and washing it, or just more than just a robotic test ride or robotic journalism. Like, it's different when somebody is giving you a more authentic feel over and over and over versus you just get like a one-shot take. Because more likely, whenever you go on YouTube and you have an interest in the bike, you're gonna hit the top 5 videos, you're gonna hit the next five, you're gonna pretty much watch every single video that's on that bike before you actually go buy it. And you just want to know what other people's opinions are about it, and that's where the YouTube influencers or Instagrammers or anybody else come into play. So the way I shoot my videos, at least I try to, I try to get every single moment that a person has with the bike versus them just actually being on it, riding it. I want to see what they look like when they look at it. I want to see I want to try to capture what they feel when they walk away from the bike, and their emotions when they put their hands on it, and how others see them as they're riding, because that's how you're gonna feel when you're on the bike as well. At least that's what I would like to portray, the emotions in that moment. So I always got the saying where I want to experience it while in the moment and share it at the same time, because experiencing the ride and then trying to tell somebody about it versus being able to capture it on camera, your emotions in that moment, is a lot different. And I feel like journalism, if you can read it, but seeing the smile and hearing the joy on camera is a lot different.
Yeah. And over spending the last couple of days with Brandon here in Orlando, I've kind of realized that that's one of the differences between him and I, is that this man literally records every moment of every day, whether we're eating lunch or dinner or at the Indian dealership. He's recording other customers in there, showing their experiences looking at their new bike that they just purchased, showing them taking off on the bike, showing me talking to other customers in that dealership. And I think that's kind of what he's getting at. It shows the passion, the true hidden passion that people show when they think they're almost not on camera.
Right.
What is your top 3 things that you've learned in moto-vlogging that you could give to someone just starting out, that is starting their first channel, making videos? Like, what are your top 3 tips to give them based on your experiences?
Be consistent. Being consistent means don't look to post a video and it goes viral. It's gonna, not saying that can't happen, but the likelihood of it is a lot slimmer, and you have more chance of growing if you just constantly post. Just don't. And also, number 2 is, there isn't the right time or there isn't the right gear per se. And I say that because some people wait till they have the right gear before they can film a video versus just filming it and getting it out. A prime example is with the new Indian Challenger that came out. So many people got a lot of viewership and a lot of exposure from posting the videos about that motorcycle, simply from the market buzz of the bike had just came out, and it had a lot of criticism from Harley fans and Indian fans, vice versa, because it was such a popular bike. And the whole idea was just to get the video out. It doesn't matter if you have the best camera. It doesn't matter if you don't have the best shots. You don't have a cameraman. Just get the video out. And that goes to not necessarily just Challenger videos, but any of your videos. Over time you'll find your groove. You'll find the style that fits you. But the whole idea is to be consistent and get content out. Just get the video out. And over time, the audience will grow. And when you first start, you may not get views on some of your videos. But again, it depends on what you're posting. the timing. You know, if it's something new, if like an Indian Challenger, people are gonna want to know about that bike. You know, if it's the new Triumph, if it's the new Harley Davidson, people want to know about it. And of course, the timing is key to getting it out. But if you're waiting till you have the right gear, oh, I have to have the new GoPro to make this happen. A GoPro Hero 3 will do just fine, you know, or Drift Cam or whatever, or Sony Cam, it doesn't matter. You don't have to have the best audio, just get the video out. And also, be consistent with it. And number 3, I'm probably gonna put 3 and 4 in there, but number 3 is be authentic. You know, people can read through bullshit.
Yeah.
People can read through bullshit, so definitely be yourself. And also, it's more fun when you're yourself versus you trying to be someone you're not. So
yeah, copying other creators is kind of something that a lot of people, I'm sure, like I know me personally, I based all of my videos kind of off of the same style as like Casey Neistat and kind of the blockhead type videos. And as you grow, you kind of realize that you kind of have to have your own style, because no one wants to watch a copycat. They want to watch the real thing.
And I went through the same thing. That's why my name's Brandon Bicasso. If you know about Picasso, the actual artist, he has a quote that says, "Good artist copy, great artist steal." It's okay to steal ideas and techniques from other people, but you still need to make that into your own. You know, you want to be a copycat. You know, take the ideas, take the inspiration, see how everybody else does. I mean, everybody does motovlogs the same way. We all use a GoPro, we all use a microphone and a helmet, but the idea is you need to do something else with that and make it your own.
Yeah.
However you want to do it.
So let's just recap that first. So first tip was consistency. Staying consistent with your videos. So that might mean picking one day a week. For example, on the Gen Z Biker blog, I try to upload every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Other creators have their own kind of schedules, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that same day. It does help with YouTube algorithms, but at least posting once a week, keeping that consistency really helps. Now, your tip number 2 was, what was it?
Gear and that.
Not
for the perfect time.
Not waiting for the perfect time.
Yeah, not trying to be professional.
Just getting that content out, because if you don't put that content out, you're never gonna get views and subscribers and likes. And then his third tip was authenticity. Be authentic with your video. Have that personality that you have around your friends. That when you're your true self. Don't be the person you are when you're in front of parents that you don't know, or a new girl at a bar that you're afraid to show your true self. Be the authentic version of yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
So now, moving on from that, the one thing I did want to talk about with you is, did you have any inspiration going into the process in terms of, okay, like how did you learn how to set up your recording equipment and your microphone and your GoPro on your helmet?
I mean, pretty much just like everybody does. You look at, big YouTubers that do it, and even some small ones. I can't remember off the top of my head the individual people, but you got Chase on 2 Wheels, Yami Noob. Like Chase on 2 Wheels is, I don't even really look at him as I guess a motovlogger as much as I used to. I look at him more as a moto tech YouTuber because he has all the latest gear, the latest tech and everything. And he's really big into camera work. I've listened to some audio channels for some of my audio, like not even motovlog related, like audio channels.
Just general tech.
Yeah, like
channels on
editing.
YouTube.
Whether you use Sony Vegas on PC or you use Adobe Premiere Pro or Photoshop or Lightroom and all that, you're going to find different channels outside of motovlogging that are going to help you be able to do the things that you want to do. Because editing, even though motovlogging is a byproduct editing is a byproduct of motovlogging to get your videos out, most motovloggers aren't going to tell you how to edit. So you got to go look up how to edit. YouTube it. Pretty much. You're going to find many YouTubers outside of motovlogging that's going to show you pretty much what you need to do, but I pretty much went to YouTube.
Yeah, so for that matter, Brandon, how about we go through kind of some of the basic equipment you use? I know you use a GoPro Hero 7 Black.
Okay.
What is your audio recording device that you use?
Okay, so before I get to the audio...
Kind of just like the basic, what's the name of the recording device and What is the
So
microphone?
I got a GoPro Hero 7 Black for the camera. Got a Sony lavalier mic for my microphone. That microphone hooks into a Tascam DS05. I want to say it's an external audio recorder, meaning when I'm off the bike, I can still use my audio versus having to use a GoPro. I use my GoPro mostly for just my helmet stuff. I also have ND filters that go on top of my GoPro camera, and that allows me to basically get a better shot, and it makes it. They pretty much work like sunglasses, but for the GoPro. And as far as editing software, I use Sony Vegas. That's just my editing tool of choice. It's not saying that's the best one. It's just that's just the one I learned from the very beginning years ago. You use Adobe Premiere Pro, right?
Yeah, I use Adobe Premiere Pro.
So yeah.
And then you also have a second camera, correct?
Oh yeah, I do have a second camera. So I do a lot of off the bike shots when I try to capture the external environment outside of riding. I like to capture everything that involves riding, whether it be the birds flying through the air, the traffic lights, people sitting in their cars. I like capturing the wind blowing in the trees, but I use a Lumix G85 for that, and I use a 12 to 60 millimeter lens, so I got a little zoom feature, and also have ND filters for that as well, and also have a Video Road Micro sitting on top of that, which handles the audio.
So Brandon uses two different cameras, his GoPro and his actual video camera with the Rode mic on top, and he uses an external recording device. Now, every moto-vlogger has their own style. Me personally, I actually only use a GoPro. So I have a GoPro Hero 7 Black, and I have a secondary GoPro that I use that I'll put on the bike facing me once in a while to get a second viewpoint. In my helmet, I have a microphone, so I have a Moto-Rad's mount that hooks onto my chin of my Shoei RF 1200, and then the cord goes into my helmet. I wrapped it in through the padding of the helmet, and then the lav mic is right at the chin of my helmet. And in the future, I will be posting a video on my helmet setup, but for now, I just kind of wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the differences between Brandon's setup and my setup. Once again, he uses an external audio recording device, where I just use the built-in audio recording of the GoPro with the GoPro mic adapter into my helmet. But I think that concludes today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video interview with Mr. Brandon Bicasso. Make sure to go check out his accounts yet again, as I said before, at Brandon Bicasso on YouTube as well as Instagram. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button below, click the bell icon to be notified of future uploads similar to this. But yeah, thanks for watching, Biker Bros. Peace out and ride safe out there.